She's one of the best performing MPs. She's certainly the voice of her party, the face of her party in the parliament, and she is undoubtedly the queen of this chess game that's Maharashtra's politics. Right now we are being joined by Ms. Supriya Sule. Thanks a lot for talking to CNBC-TV18, ma'am. I know at this point this question has become extremely cliche for you to answer, but I still want to ask, you know, after Lok Sabha, once again, yet another election where you will contest, your party will contest as in without Mr. Ajit Pawar, yet another Baramati Pawar versus Pawar battle. What kind of toll it takes on you guys strategically and emotionally as well, because strategically till 2019 Mr. Ajit Pawar was a part of your family and party. He had an important role to play. So what kind of toll it takes?
Well, first of all, there is no toll anymore, first of all. And Sharad Pawar is a very tough leader. And for him, as you said, strategy, he does his own strategy. So for 6 decades, his politics, he has decided his own strategy. So he needs very few people around him, in the sense that to him, he is a self-made man, unlike Ajit Pawar and me, who are parivarvad. So Sharad Pawar is a self-made man who created what he is. Sharad Pawar, who's created something from nothing for himself, while Ajit Pawar and I inherited his goodwill and created whatever we did under his large aura. And so I think even if there are changes at our level, he still stands tall in the game. And I think for him, elections are most exciting. He enjoys election, he enjoys canvassing, and he's an old-fashioned neta who eats, breathes, thinks politics. And for him to 24/7 meet with people is like tonic. He just loves it. The more people he meets, the happier he is. So for him, it's an exciting time, and he loves challenges. He's somebody who thrives in turbulent waters. More the turbulence, the happier Sharad Pawar is, because he's looking to fight. He's a fighter by nature, and God and people of India have been so kind to him that he bounces back.
You know, if the last elections are any an indication of anything, it did not, like Ajit Pawar's faction did not do well at all in terms of numbers. So do you think if he, hypothetically again, if he approaches you guys, will it be easy for you, or will it be possible for you guys to leave that sense of betrayal aside and welcome him?
See, first of all, I've moved on personally about betrayal from everybody, including the BJP, because why blame Ajit Pawar? It's the real power behind Ajit Pawar who took all this away from us. It was the, you know, the use of agencies, as I call it, ice. Ice was an ice that you put in your Nimbu Pani. It's the ice as an income tax, CBI and ED. The way people pan-India, and this is not only applicable to Maharashtra, it's Kashmir to Kanyakumari. Income tax, CBI and ED, it's unfortunate the team of income tax, CBI and ED is wonderful. The officers are wonderful. It's the person, the invisible power behind that who makes them do these things. It's very unfortunate, because politics was never like that. It was, people are not vindictive. So either you're on my side or then you're iced. So it's very unfortunate that politics has come down to this level. And I think in good policy making, everybody's made their own homes, moved on. So be happy where you are.
So they were iced, according to your interesting terminology. Now moving on from these
Many
cliche
people
questions.
iced in this country.
That's an interesting terminology, as I must say. Talking about the alliance, ma'am, this time, because as we were discussing, it is a khichdi. Till the last moment, and I'm sure till now also, many party spokespersons themselves are confused that who exactly is contesting on what symbol from where, because there's cross nomination, there are tall leaders who are contesting independently. So there are, obviously, the rebels are on both sides, and it is bound to do some sort of damage. What is your strategy to minimize that damage for your alliance?
No, I think we have to be very clear when we go to the people, and this is, of course, this khichdi, as you're calling it, is created by that invisible power. It's very sad that sitting in Delhi and misusing your power.
But they are also facing the same kind of rebel.
But they have broken parties illegally. Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar's party, with the way inhumanly attacked and broken, is first of all completely against the constitution of our parties in India. India has never seen this kind of anti-constitutional activities endlessly anywhere, and it's sad. And now my fight about this is not just limited to the injustice done to us. My point is, I don't want anybody else to go through that, what we have been through. How much time, we are policy makers, we should be sitting in parliament, being with the farmers, being with the women, and working for them. And what are we doing? Running from pillar to post, from election commission to Supreme Court. That's not why we got elected, and that's not what a political party's job is. But unfortunately, when notices are thrown at us, we have no choice but to fight back. So the whole point is this invisible power, this Adrus Shakti from Delhi, just decided to disrupt Maharashtra's politics, which was so cultured and dignified. It's just destroyed by them. We have to wait now for all the dust to settle down in Maharashtra to have a very honest and a dignified and good governance. We're tired and fatigued by the things that this government has done in the last 2.5 years.
Ma'am, we all know who you exactly are talking about, but if you can name the people you are, calling Adrus Shakti, just for the clarity.
It's people in Delhi. It's some power which is sitting in Delhi who has the capacity to hurt people, to destroy organizations. It's not just about NCP and Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena. There's more to life. There are good institutions which over a period of time this government has compromised. And it's very unfortunate because we are very proud Indians and very proud of our vibrant democracy and our constitution. And that's where the equality, the sentiment, the soul of India, of equality, fraternity, all comes from where? It comes from the constitution given to us by Bharat Ratna Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. And you're hurting the soul, and not just politically, in every sense of the word. Be it the industry, be it the business families, the way they've been attacked by agencies. Anybody who's in the opposition, and data speaks louder than words, 95% iced are people in the opposition, and many of them, when they cross over to the BJP, are given a clean sheet in the BJP's washing machine. It's very, very unfortunate.
Ma'am, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray wanted a pre-poll CM candidature announcement. He cited his own experience that how this is exactly why in 2019 he had to part ways with the BJP. Why didn't MVA announce a CM candidate before getting into the...
Well, we got caught up between our seat sharing. There were so many things happening. There were some farmers' issues. The remunerative prices were not being given. We had so many fights we needed to sort out with the central government, nothing to do with us. But for all the wrong policies done by several departments and government of India. So we got so caught up in all that. Then immediately, actually we were expecting this election should have been finished by now, much earlier. Then came Diwali and so much happening in Maharashtra. There was unseasonal rains. So we were so busy with all this work that we just didn't get down to sit that. We did our seat sharing, and now we need to fight this election absolutely focused in the larger interest for Seva, Sanman and Swabhiman. We want to serve with full humility and give a non-corrupt government to Maharashtra, which will be transparent and effective and deliver superior results to make every Maharashtrian feel proud of being a citizen.
But ma'am, formal announcement aside, is there an internal understanding that who exactly, maybe the party which wins?
What's the rush? We'll do it in a few days. It's not very far. It's on the 23rd, as soon as the result comes, we'll sit down and we'll work it out. It's not that hard.
And there is one, I cannot say allegation, but one theory which is being circulated obviously by your opponents, that MVA is going to remain intact only if they get to win the elections. What do you have to say to that? Will MVA remain intact?
The same thing is applicable to them as well, right?
But is there a possibility that the alliances will change
Why
the way they change?
Why would they change? Look at India alliance.
Correct, but in 2019, new alliances were formed, and then in the last 5 years,
look
parties
at now
were
in
broken.
2024, India alliance is absolutely intact. As a matter of fact, for Mahavikas Aghadi, it became a much larger group. And we are so tight and together. So you should actually be so happy that our alliance is so much more tighter and larger, while BJP has lost so many friends. Or they've dumped, it's not a nice word to use, but they've let down so many friends.
I want to talk to you about election issues now, ma'am. Maratha reservation is undoubtedly one of the most talked about election issue. In your CEP common minimum program, you guys announced that you are going to remove the 50% ceiling on the reservation. How exactly are you going to do that? You don't have enough numbers in the Lok Sabha. It's a constitutional amendment. You'll need numbers. You'll need a lot more to that. How will you fulfill that promise?
Once we come to power here, we will pass that bill, and clearly, be it Dhangar, Maratha, Lingayat, Muslim, and VJNT, which is Bhatke Vimukta. These are 5 communities which are asking. I repeat: Dhangar, Maratha, Lingayat, Muslim, and Bhatke Vimukta Samaj. They are strongly asking for a lot of their requirements for Arakshan. We are going to have an assembly session. We will debate all of them. Instead of in piecemeal, we would like to bring it together, make a nice comprehensive bill, send it to central government and request them to make the constitutional amendment which is required, and we will stand by any government which gives Dhangar, Maratha, Muslim, Lingayat and VJNT. If they give them reservation, we will stand together in the larger interest of these communities and the state and the nation.
But once this will reach Lok Sabha, you won't be able to do much beyond the point, because as I said, unfortunately for you guys, you don't have enough numbers to make a difference.
People will have to say whether they are, because in Maharashtra they say Dhangar, Maratha, Muslim, Lingayat and Bhatke Vimukta, we are willing to give them. So if they will, see, they had from Sarpanch to Prime Minister of India, they had the full power, they could have easily done it. Why did they not do it? Why were Dhangar Arakshan was the first in 2014, Devendra Fadnavis ji came outside our house and agitated and said, Dhangars we will give reservation. They did the same thing to the Marathas, they did the same thing to the Muslims, the same thing to the Lingayats and the same thing to VJNT, which is the Bhatke Vimukta Samaj in Maharashtra. So BJP has let down everybody when they had full power from Sarpanch to Prime Minister to do it. So why did the BJP not do it? They are in power everywhere.
Clearly, ma'am, and that's a question we definitely are going to ask them. But I still want to understand that, okay, let's say you guys come to power. Let's say you guys pass this bill. It has to, like the next, let's say the next step is Lok Sabha. What will happen there? Because Maratha reservation is a thing which has time and again gone to Centre.
Yeah, but if they, they've not sent
to
it
Supreme Court, and you know it gets.
But they should send it to Parliament. Why have they? See, so many times they have bought so many reservation bills, the BJP, that time it was the Modi Sarkar. We have supported them because we understand the need and the pain of why people want it. We respect that pain. We want them to be happy and let go of that pain and move ahead positively in life. So we want to support them. So we have always supported, that time it was the Modi government when they brought it, now it's the UPA government. We have supported them for all the good things which are in the larger interest of the nation. Please, I'd like to remind you that whenever this government, and I'm not like them, ki 70 saal mein kuch nahi kiya. Come on, you can't make such sweeping statements. Your credibility is at stake when you talk like this. But whenever we've had an opportunity and we've realized that they've got a bill which is in the larger interest of the nation, we have stood by Modi Sarkar or this new NDA Sarkar.
We'll continue talking to Ms. Supriya Sule on many more aspects of the upcoming Maharashtra State Assembly election after this break. Farmers issue, ma'am. Farmer suicide is an extremely important issue. During MVA's rule as well in 2021, the number was 2,700. In 2022, it was 2,900. In 2020, also 37%, more than 37% was Maharashtra's share to this number. It's an important issue. Now, how exactly are you, if you guys are voted to power, how exactly are you going to resolve this issue? Because there are certain issues which, again, you need centre's cooperation. For example, if it is, the MSP fight, so I mean farmers are fighting. You know, the kind of restrictions were put on onion, and that, you know, led to onion farmers facing financial losses. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, the crop insurance scheme, non-payment of that. These kind of things, you will still need centre support. At state level, what will you do? You have already announced a farmer loan waiver. There's a promise you guys have made. What all and what more you will do?
See, first of all, the policy made by the BJP government for onions was completely wrong, and I've condemned it hundreds of times on the floor of the House in Parliament. Giving good prices was an option Maharashtra government had. Be it soya bean, be it onion, be it milk, be it cotton. Why did the Maharashtra government not give prices which are fair to the farmers of Maharashtra. It was in there. You didn't need a central government for that.
It really is sad because I was in Marathwada a couple of weeks ago, and in Beed I was told that the farmers are being told that they don't have the markets, the government markets, they don't have bori to put soybean in. That's why they are not buying it on MSP.
So the whole point is, what is government of Maharashtra doing? It was the same double engine sarkar, no? So what did this double engine sarkar help? What do you need this central government all the time for? States are very strong. Unless you destroy a state like they've done in Maharashtra, where you have seen the GDPs declined, which is a very shameful thing. This government will have to be accountable for all this. For farmers, if it's a double engine sarkar and they're so proud of it, then why have they not been able to do anything for the farmers of the state?
In Maharashtra, they call it a triple engine sarkar. But what do I want to know, ma'am? Other than the farmer loan waiver, what is your roadmap to improve the condition of farmers? Because as I said, during your rule as well, MVA's rule as well, farmer suicides were at an all-time high.
Yeah, but of course, even one farmer's suicide is painful for us. So I will condemn whether we are in power or they are in power. But I'd definitely like to say one thing, that we gave much better prices and MSP to farmers than the present dispensation is giving. Much, much better. Look at the rural economy, no? Let's go by data. You go into any FMC, you will be able to tell you that when we were in power, what was the rural economy and the size of the rural economy and how fast it was growing, at what pace it was growing compared to the last 10 years. Manmohan Singh ji's sarkar was doing extraordinarily well economically. That's why we got our second term, because the rural distress was absolutely low and the rural distress is exponentially high right now since the Modi government has come.
So MSP aside, you guys will also come up with a maximum purchase sort of a limit?
Of course we'll do everything. Okay. And we've done it in the past. This is not the first time. We've done it in the past. We've delivered superior results. Of course we'll even do better this time.
Another thing which you guys made an announcement during your common minimum program announcement was that you will introduce Mahalakshmi scheme with an installment payment of 3,000 rupees per month. Now, when this government announced, the Mahayuti government announced scheme after scheme, and it put a burden on the fiscal deficit. Our fiscal deficit crossed the ceiling of 1.28 lakh crore, and it's above 2 lakh crore now. And your alliance criticized the government, and rightly so. But the fact is, if you guys will also come up with these kind of schemes, the financial constraints remain the same. Where will the money come from?
Well, we have an absolute plan for it. And if you remember, Jayant Patil ji, who's our party president in Maharashtra, was one of the finest finance ministers of Maharashtra, and he knows what to do. So he will definitely do it extraordinarily well. It's just that this government is full of such contradictions. They didn't know what they were doing, managing even the finances or managing the government, because many times the finance ministry would object to things and the entire cabinet would veto what the finance ministry was saying. And it's hundreds of things. They've done this in land. How many times they were just giving land away to people and the finance ministry objected to it, saying that you can't give this land, it's against the rule. And they overruled the finance ministry and did what they want.
Can you share the plan? You referred to a plan. You guys have a plan.
Well, the plan is clearly that we will find ways to get more investments in Maharashtra, which we will do. We've done it in the past. We will redo every scheme for the poor and the needy. Will remain where it is. We will only improve it. So we will make sure there is we will bring more and more people out of poverty by skilling them, by bringing them into mainstream, and we would like them to stand on their own feet. And in the growth of Maharashtra, they will be the big players in the game.
Ma'am, with every political party, depending on which side of the spectrum you are, if you are in power or in opposition, the definition of welfare schemes change. When you are in the power, you as in all the political parties, when they are in the power, they call it a welfare scheme. Otherwise, it's a freebie, it's a reverie and whatnot.
That's not what we have
What
done.
is your stand on welfare schemes?
No, I believe in welfare in a poor country.
Cash distribution-based welfare schemes.
No, I don't think if to help somebody who's poor and needy, there's nothing wrong with it. But what you can add to it is skill them better, educate them better, give them good healthcare services, and bring them into mainstream.
So what's your major opposition to Ladki Bahin?
We did the Sanjay Gandhi Niradhar Yojana, which was one of the finest schemes, but we didn't make people feel small by making them feel that we are doing you a favor. Nobody is doing anybody a favor, nor is this government. This government is giving this purely through the tax we all pay. So they are not dishing out money from their pocket, so they have no business to make women feel that we are doing you a favor. That's not how governments work. It's government's duty to protect women, to take care of them. It's unfortunate that the arrogance of this government and the high-handedness makes all our strong, enterprising, hard-working women make it out way what you said. So it's unfortunate. That's not how we would play it out. We owe it to the women of Maharashtra. They are big contributors of this economy, and we would love to give them more respect, more safety, more security, skill them better, give them good healthcare services. And I'm sure that every woman in this, there's no dearth of talent in this country. There's so many talented women across the spectrum.
Ma'am, since 2019, specifically since 2019, a lot has happened in Maharashtra's politics. You know, alliances were made, parties were broken, parties with very contradicting ideologies came together and formed the government. This, though it has served political parties definitely, but it has created a deficit of faith among the voters. Voters are confused, they don't know what party, what ideology, what issues they are voting for. And it is, the onus is obviously on all the 6 key political parties of Maharashtra. What will you guys, your alliance and your party, do in order to bridge that deficit and restore the faith of voters?
I think we've already been eternally grateful to the voters of Maharashtra who saw what turncoats did to us, and that's how we were 31. So I'm eternally grateful to the people of Maharashtra who stood by us and gave us an opportunity to represent them and fight for their rights of Maharashtra. So I think what we fought for, and because we got 31 MPs, is a clear indication that Maharashtra likes strong people who do not give in to Delhi and to fear.
But have you also felt that voters are now fatigued? They are, you know, losing faith in the process?
That's for the BJP, no? Because the BJP broke parties. BJP made sure that people, they worked against the Constitution of India and the Constitution of the party.
Fair enough, but your party also, you know, joined hands with Uddhav Thackeray, absolutely, because your secularism is at the core of your party. Shiv Sena was known to be a Hindutva-centric party, so that was also a contradiction.
No, that is not such a big contribution for the reason that we didn't break parties. It was an alliance between the BJP and Shiv Sena that didn't do well, and BJP had given a word to Shiv Sena, which they let them down on. That's why Uddhavji was left with no choice, because the BJP let him down. So he had no option but to move on in life, and we were grateful that he trusted us and we are together. The real breaking came when Adrus Shakti broke our parties into 2, took our symbol and party away illegally, well knowing that all the decisions taken by Adrus Shakti were against the constitution of Uddhavji's party as well as Sharad Pawar's party.
And also, many leaders from the minority community, they have assured your father, your alliance for that matter, that the minority community's vote, the way the votes were consolidated in Lok Sabha, they're going to get consolidated during Vidhan Sabha as well. Now, though you are not actively seeking it, this is voting in the name of religion, which these people are offering, and you have criticized the BJP, and rightly so, exactly for doing something very similar. So what do you have to say to that?
I don't think it is. I mean, when you say minorities, it doesn't mean it's one person. It's people. What does minority means? Numbers who are less. You must protect people who are lesser in numbers, isn't it obvious? It's like in Bangladesh. Whoever is minority in Bangladesh needs protection. So whoever is in India is a minority, clearly needs protection, and it doesn't mean who is a minority. Parsis are a minority, Jains are a minority, Muslims are a minority. There are all these people who are less in numbers must be protected in any vibrant democracy anywhere in the world. Why only India and Bangladesh? Anywhere in the world, yeah. You should always protect people who are lesser in numbers.
Ma'am, also, will we get to see you as to you becoming the next CM of the state?
Well, I'm not even fighting the Vidhan Sabha election.
No, I know, but still, you know, you are one of As I said, you are the voice of the party, face of the party, and there are with every party now there is one CM candidate.
The voice and the face of this party is only Sharad Pawar. One. Second, Mr. Pawar has made it very, very clear that the NCP is not in the race of any chief ministership.
Not at all.
No, he's made it very clear on record. He said it on a channel. And we are very clear that we want to work with the Congress and Shiv Sena. And for us, there's only one.
So next chief minister of Maharashtra is not going to be from NCP, Sharad Pawar?
No, we are not even in the game. I mean, we are not even in the running. So we are happy to be a part of a larger alliance which is working for the larger interest of Maharashtra. And be it Congress, be it Shiv Sena, we are very, very happy to work with whoever becomes the CM.
So what's your pick then?
Well, I like both. I've worked with both. And I just feel that...
When you say both as in Mr.
The Congress and the Shiv Sena. So whoever they both come up with, we'll unanimously be happy to support because we are looking at the larger goal. We have full faith in Shiv Sena and Uddhavji's leadership, while we have full faith in Sonia Ji's and Bharat Sectorat in Maharashtra. We have Soni, now we have Senithala ji who's come here, who's helping us with the seat sharing. So I have full faith in the Congress, and we've worked with the Congress for the longest time.
So CM is either going to be, if MVA wins, either from the Congress or Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena?
People willing, we will win.
All the very best to you and your alliance. Thanks a lot for talking to us, Ms. Sule. So this was NCP-SP Supriya Sule talking about various aspects of the upcoming state assembly elections of Maharashtra and making one thing clear, that the next chief minister is definitely not going to be from her party.